guys! Today I'm going to teach you about drawing behind. Drawing behind is one of the best skills that you can have when you're just starting out learning to draw, and it's really not hard, but little kids don't tend to usually know how to do it without being shown. So I'm going to show you this, and it's something that you can use through your whole art career. It will always make your art a lot better. So here's how to do it. So in art, drawing behind is really called overlapping. That's the official name for it, and that's what you would really use as an art term. But in my class, we like to call it drawing behind because it kind of helps you know what you need to do in order to make it happen. So it's really simple, and it just works like this. So if I have a circle and I want to draw behind my circle, then what I need to do is lift up my pencil at some point. So here's what kids usually do. So if I say draw a rectangle that is behind your circle, a lot of times kids, especially young kids, will just draw the rectangle right over the top of it like this. And so it looks like the rectangle is see-through or the circle is see-through, or maybe they're both see-through, and you can't really tell which one is in front here. And if you're drawing more complicated things, it can look really messed up. So we don't want to do that. So if I want to draw my rectangle behind, and I want it to be right here, I'm just going to start drawing it. But when I get to my circle, I'm just going to lift up, draw in the air where I would draw my rectangle. When I get to the other side of the circle, I put my pencil back down and I keep drawing. And then I'm going to finish drawing my rectangle. Okay? So now it looks like my rectangle is behind my circle, and you can't see this part of the rectangle because it's behind the circle and the circle is not see-through. So I could keep building this up. I could do as many things as I want. Maybe there's an arrow that goes behind both of these and it's pointing this way. So I'm going to show you like what kids would do, draw over the top usually. And then this starts to get like, well, what's where? So we don't want to do that. That's what not to do. So if I'm going to put my arrow here that goes behind, I'm going to just draw my arrow until I get to my circle, lift up and draw in the air until I get out the other side. I'm going to make it a little bit longer than I did so that we can still tell it's an arrow. So then I put my pencil down and keep drawing. So here's the point of the arrow. And then when I get back here, as soon as I hit a line, I know I need to lift up and draw in the air. Now don't get tricked here because there's two things. You don't want to put your pencil down here yet. You want to get all the way until you get to the other side of the circle. And then when you're in the clear, then you're going to draw the rest of your arrow. Okay, so there's my arrow going behind. And I could draw as many things as I want behind. I could put a heart behind here. Here's my heart behind everything, and I'm gonna lift up, draw in the air, gonna go down and around, gonna go up and then up. When I get to something, I gotta lift up, draw in the air until I get around it. And things like this can be tricky. So this level of the heart is right there, right along that line, and it would be coming out right over here and connect. That's kind of messy, but you get the idea. So there we go. And you can just keep drawing as many things behind as you want, and everything is behind everything else. And it's easy peasy. So when does this come in really handy? It comes in really handy, say like when you're drawing things, like maybe you're doing a drawing of, here's a little guy. He's got a big smile. Okay. We'll give him a mohawk. There we go. He's got a mohawk. Okay. And a weird ear. But okay, so I drew him real quick. And here he is. And he's like waving. I'm just doing a really quick drawing here. Really scribble drawing, but you get the idea. Okay, so he's my little cartoon guy and he's waving. And maybe maybe he has a friend who's like back here somewhere. And he's like further away, but say like there's this little friend, we'll give him a mohawk too. They all have mohawks just for fun. Okay, and he's back here and he's like standing here, and maybe even just like part of his shoe goes behind this guy. He's way back. He's way over there. He's waving too. I know it looks like this guy's looking that way, so it's not a great drawing, but just to give you an idea. So maybe there's someone over here waving too. So we'll do a girl over here. She's smiling too. She's got crazy curly hair. Okay, kind of like Merida or something. Crazy curly hair. She's over here. She's waving back. scribble waving. Okay, so I'm doing a quick little drawing here for you guys. And maybe there, let's see what's happening back here. Maybe there's a dog. Maybe she has a dog that's like walking by, and like maybe we'll just see like, here's his little head. Okay, and he would like go, his tail would maybe even go behind her, right? And so we don't have room to put all of this. And if we drew the dog on top of her face, I kind of drew on top of her hand there, so I don't want to. So if we drew the dog on top of her face, it would look weird. I mean, it kind of looks weird that there's a dog kind of coming out right here. But just to give you guys ideas, so we'll go back and we'll do something even more simple. So I'm gonna just undo all this. What about things like as simple as, let's see, undo. I just have to, I'm just gonna add another layer here and hide that one. Okay, so what if I have a box? Okay, and here, floppy box, a quick sketch, okay? And maybe there's somebody peeking out here, looking. We'll make this a Christmas elf. And it's a toy box, maybe, I don't know. So again, just a real sloppy little drawing here, but just to give you guys an idea, I'm just getting it in here quick. So he's like hiding behind this box, and he's really too big for my box. So like, I'm gonna fix it. My box needs to be much bigger, doesn't it? It needs to be much taller. So I'm gonna bring it down. So we'll say this was a tall box. There we go. And shoom. Okay, so now my little Christmas elf could be out. He's waving too. Okay, so there's his little whatever, and he's kind of popping out from behind that box there. So there, he's drawing behind. So I know that when I get over here, I have to stop. I don't draw. So I mean, look at it now, and then we'll say like, if I went here and I did like, here's my elf, because I know he's like here, here's a little elf here, so look at that, and you know, here's his body. Well, it looks weird. It looks like, you know, he's in the box. That's messy, sorry. All right, so like say here's his other arm or whatever, and his other hand. See, just like to show you guys, like it's like what's happening if you're drawing all this stuff on top of this box. It doesn't look right. So if I turn that off, now he's behind the box, and that's what we want. Alrighty, let's do one more. Okay, we'll just, here, let me just turn that off. We'll add another layer. We'll turn this one off. Okay, so this one's really simple. And I'm sure you guys have done this before, but feel like you have some mountains, right? So you guys might have already done some drawing behind and you don't even know it. And so you have like your mountains or whatever, and you want a big old sun. Well, this sun is behind the mountains, right? Oops, and I didn't stop in time. I was sloppy there, so stop. Okay, so this is drawing behind too. And a lot of you guys have probably done this before and you didn't even know it, but the sun is behind the mountains, so we know to stop. We don't draw this circle around here because now it doesn't look like a sunset anymore. So we stop drawing when we get to the mountains. So that is drawing behind. And so it can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be, but that's the basics of it. Just remember, you have your first object, your second object, whatever it is gonna stop, lift up and draw in the air till it comes out the other side. And now it's behind. Easy peasy. So now that you know how to draw behind, you can do your assignment. So there's two options. You can come to our class meet on Wednesday at 2:15. Yeah, at 2:15. And you can do a guided drawing with me. So I'll kind of like walk you through how to do a drawing, and we'll use a lot of drawing behind in our drawing. If you can't make it to our class meet, what you can do instead is you can do your own drawing of whatever you like, but you need to use drawing behind in it. So find some opportunity, maybe with like the horizon lines or different characters that are behind each other or things that are overlapping or whatever. Find some way to do drawing behind in your drawing and then turn that in. Alrighty, have fun.